Today I want to talk about walking away from bondage. In Exodus 13, the Hebrew children, or we know them as the Israelites, they were bound up in Egypt for 400 plus years, building pyramids and so forth. And then they left. Moses let them out, and then they wandered around in the wilderness for another 40 years because they disobeyed when they went to spy out the promised land. The 10 of the 12 spies gave an evil report, and then, because of their disobedience and lack of faith, they had to walk around in the desert for another 40 years. We're going to have a few verses. The moral of that story is to do the work and obey God's word. So we're going to have a few verses. First one will be 1 Corinthians 15:33. Do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good habits. So the people you hang out with can bring you down. I want to share a quick story. My wife, she back before we got married, I was ripping and running, doing drugs, drinking, carrying on, this and that. And she bailed me out of jail. She took me home with her. And 3 months later, we got married. And then because of her and God, I'm still here today. I've been drug-free for 21 years and alcohol-free for 10 plus years. Our next verse will be Galatians 5:1. Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty by which Christ has made us free. Christ has made us free. And do not be entangled again with the yoke of bondage. That word yoke means servitude or a law/obligation. So don't be a servant to sin. Then lastly, real quick, stay with me. Romans 6:14 through 19. It says, for sin shall not have dominion over you, for you're not under law, but under grace. What then? Shall we sin because we're not under law, but under grace? Certainly not. But do you not know to whom you present yourselves slaves to obey? That you are that one slaves whom you obey, whether of sin leading to death or of obedience leading to righteousness. There we go again, obey. But God be thanked that through you, though you were slaves of sin, yet you obeyed from the heart, that form of doctrine to which you were delivered. This is a podcast about being delivered, set free, walking in liberation. And having been set free from sin, you become slaves of righteousness. Righteousness is right standing with God. I speak in human terms because of the weakness of your flesh, for just as you presented your members as slaves of uncleanness and of lawlessness, leading to more lawlessness, so now present your members as slaves of righteousness for holiness. So if you want to be set free from drugs, alcohol, or any other addiction, you got to leave behind those people, places, and things that kept you bound. If you know you go around this family member or that friend or whatever, and they hand you a joint, be like, here, smoke this or drink this. Well, guess what? You're going to give in to that peer pressure. Not always, but most of the time you will. And if you put yourself in that situation, you're just setting yourself up for a fail. And I don't want that for you. I'm sure you don't want it either. And I know it's hard. You can be in the middle of your addiction crying out to God, oh, deliver me. But until you walk away from those people, places, and things, you're going to be bound up in those situations. And then lastly, you need to get in God's word, or firstly, rather, get in God's word and read what it says about being delivered. Also, I'd like for y'all to like and share this video and pray about giving to my GoFundMe campaign. The link is down below. I'd really appreciate it. This will help me to finish my movie. It's a movie about my testimony It's also an evangelistic tool to get God's word out, to reach out into the airways and reach those. He said, go in the highways and hedges and compel them to come in. So that's what this movie's going to do. It's going to compel people to come to Christ. Not me, but Christ. Anyway, I appreciate every penny you give. I will put it to use. It will get, I need like $21,000 to finish this project. And with your help, we can do this. Be sure to share with all your friends. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.